everyone, and welcome to Behind the Nail Pros for the February issue. We're here with John Hauk, who came to do the nails. It's so nice to see you again.
How you doing? It's great to be here again. Thank you.
So take us through these nails. These are sort of a different take on Valentine's Day nails. Not super pink and red, but they still have a little bit of a heart element. Tell us how you came up with this.
Well, I wanted to show a twist on Valentine's Day, but not make it scream Valentine's Day. So what I really did was kind of take some of the trends I've seen over the last couple years, and like some fades or some ombre nails and some diamond nails, and just kind of blend them all in to make one set of nails, but have them very random, and then added in a couple extra hearts to kind of add that hint of element in there.
So how did you begin? You did not sculpt the nails, you decided to use tips.
I decided to use a clear stiletto tip to make all the links very consistent, so I don't really have to think about it. I can just kind of apply it and go. And then from there we went ahead with our overlays, going in from like the pinky, doing all white across it, and then adding diamond gel across the top. And then also on the other ones we're using like a cover pink in the back, and then applying with acrylic, and then applying our gels with the blues and the pastel colors up front, allowing it to melt around the smile line, so to give a nice look, and then adding it so it's very has a nice fade look where the colors blend into each other.
So let's go back to the tips for a second, because I think that it's kind of cool that you used clear stiletto tips. It was probably a great tip for a salon.
Absolutely. One of the key benefits to doing that is if you're using gel on it, that it allows you to cure the top and bottom at the same time. But if you're not really looking to do that, whether you're just doing acrylics or gels, it allows for that nice clear platform to start with, so that you can add whatever you want to it.
So some techs may not always want to use stiletto tips, or they may not have a lot of clients asking for them. Is this the only style they can do with this kind of tip?
Oh, absolutely not. You can do anything with it, actually. That's kind of what it's made for. That, again, to start off and having a nice stiletto edge and making consistent, but you can cut it and shape it to any length, style, and shape that you want. So, for instance, if you still want to make a nice pink and white nail and you wanted to use like a soft color to get a transparent look, you could still go ahead, glue on the stiletto tip, cut it to the desired length, and then begin to apply your product. So you don't have to use the tip straight out of the box. You can cut it and shape it, again, any way that you want to, and use as you want.
So after you applied the acrylic, then you went in with the gel colors and you created a fade. Do you have any suggestions or tips for creating a fade with gel?
I do. I like to use my dark colors first. Like I use a nice deep blue for the background. That creates my smile line for me and allows me to give me that fade in the back. Then I can begin to use my lighter colors on top, and that's what makes it look very cloudy and gives a nice fade. So if you use them the opposite way, you won't get that look. It's not that you can't, it becomes very difficult, and you will create a different look doing it the opposite way.
For this set of nails, you really mix mediums here. Do you have any tips for incorporating gel and acrylic into a nail?
Absolutely. I get asked that quite a bit because seems to be constant war between a gel or an acrylic user. They want to use one or the other. And I always say, well, why not both? They both have strengths to them. They both have a great look and a workability factor. So I want to use them both. And when I'm creating a nail, I also want to use them both. Most people just use them one at a time. In this set, she's going to get everything from the looks. You can use for the speed and strength, you can use your acrylics, and for the looks and thinness, and for transparency looks or fades, you can use your gels. There's nothing wrong with crossing these two together and interlinking them. How I always teach in class when I go throughout the world and teach is that I marry the two products together. It doesn't have to be a fight, acrylics or gel. It's just it's all nail professional product, and we're going to put them together.
And it opens up a whole other world to different types of nail designs.
Absolutely. There's things that you can do with those two together that you couldn't do doing them separately.
After the design was completed, you applied a finish gel and cured the nails, and then you went on to sculpt these little teeny hearts. How would someone start doing that? It's such a cute little accent for a salon nail.
Well, the best thing to do is, especially if you put it on your menu so that first clients know it's available. A lot of clients don't know these types of things are available. If you don't keep pictures around or have like a little photograph booklet that you keep around so that clients can see if they can get these are great whether it's holiday times or festive times or football teams, whatever. With this being Valentine's Day, again, we just wanted to add in some accents. So what I did was took a small bead of acrylic, I made the heart in 2 parts, and I laid down my first bead, sculpted it out, used it very dry, and then put in a second bead to add it on. They're just very quick and easy to do, and allow you to make more money.
Could you do them in advance and then keep them on hand?
Absolutely. If you want to go ahead and pre-do them, you can do them on a form or a piece of foil, have them handy. It's just typically, I like to do them live and hands-on somebody because I know it's going to stick and be right on there because it'll melt into place for me. If you do make them, if you say you want to do a little more advanced work and then apply them, you also can do that. But then you just have to make sure you're using some good resins and good nail glue to keep your work adhered over the course of wear.
Would you apply top coat over the little hearts?
You could. For this, I wanted it to be flat and have that extra contrast. There's a lot of contrast going on in these nails in the cover. If you look very closely at them, there's a lot of different elements going on, that being one of them. We left the background super shiny, and we left the actual 3D work flat.
Well, I love this set of nails. I love all the different things that are going on, and I think that a lot of salon clients are really going to want something similar to these. So thank you so much for bringing such a great set of Valentine's Day nails to the cover. It was so nice to see you again.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Enjoyed doing it.